Speaking right now at 5 o'clock, Georgia GOP members calling out Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Just moments ago, we got our hands on a letter addressed to the Secretary of State, and in it, Republican congressional members say they are deeply concerned about allegations of voting irregularities in the state. They also demand a hand recount of all ballots before certification. And this letter comes after Georgia's two Republican senators called on the Republican Secretary of State to step down, but Brad Raffensperger says that's not going to happen. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm Rick Fulbaum.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. Well, it has been a week since the polls closed, and we are still waiting on results as ballots continue to trickle in. Here's where things stand right now in our state. You can see President-elect Joe Biden now leading President Trump by about 12,500 votes.
And Georgia now getting national, even international attention, not only for its incredibly close results, but for how long it's taking to get them in.
CBS 46's Haley Mason joins us live now. And Haley, how is the Secretary of State reacting to all of this? We have heard he said, "I am not going to step down no matter what they ask me to do."
Tracy, I just left from inside the Georgia Secretary of State's office here in the state capitol just a few minutes ago, and I'll tell you, Brad Raffensperger is burying his head in the work right now, not really taking the time to respond to these calls from his own party members to resign, and not responding to calls that question the integrity of the election that he has been overseeing. His office right now is actually gearing up for the first ever statewide audit of an election that's going to begin tomorrow. So that means starting around 1 o'clock tomorrow, every county in Georgia will go over the paper ballots by hand to review all the results in all the races. They have to meet a 90% confidence threshold that the results that have been reported are the actual results of all the races. That's the threshold to ensure integrity of the votes in Georgia. That audit will be happening tomorrow and Thursday of this week. The counties then have until 5 p.m. Friday to certify all the ballots across the state. So this audit tomorrow that's starting is not an actual recount. As we know, the Secretary of State said there'll most likely be a recount statewide for the presidential and all the races. Right now, the presidential race is only at about 2.6 difference. The requirement is about a 0.5% range where the runner-up, which in this case is President Trump, can request a recount. Nonetheless, that is something that will possibly be happening after this certification effort is done this week. Nonetheless, he seems to be releasing that statement yesterday saying he's not moving, he's not leaving, and burying his head in the work. Next hour, we'll take a look at those calls for his resignation and give you another update on what his response was. Reporting live at the state capitol, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.